Nigeria, as the most populous nation in Africa with over 160 million people, can boast of 923,768 square kilometers of the country's total land mass. Out of this population, over 70% of them are staying in the rural communities where access to basic amenities is near absent. It is in addressing these rural development challenges that the federal government in 2006 adopted the Rural Travel and Transport Policy (RTTP) as an alternative means to address the inadequacy of the previous government to the rural economy, where most Nigerians' gross earning comes from. Today, not only is the implementation of the Rural Access Mobility Project's ramp alive, its attendant dividends on the lives of the rural Nigerian dwellers, particularly the poor who never thought of seeing an asphalted road in their lives, is a testimony of how rural roads can reduce poverty. At the starting point of the ramp project in Nigeria, 2 states were selected after the benchmarking exercise conducted by the Federal Project Management Unit, Abuja. Cross River State, which is known for its first in Nigeria's history, was selected alongside Kaduna to test run the African Development Bank sponsored project with a clear objective, which include to enhance rural development and promote better farming practice, to improve farm production, thereby creating the enabling environment to increase rural productivity and develop an adequate, safe, environmentally sound, and economically efficient and sustainable rural travel and transport system that will ensure all-season basic access in the rural areas. This will in turn facilitate integrated rural development and poverty reduction in the rural communities in Cross River State in particular and Nigeria in general.
This road is a wonderful thing. By the time they finish this road, I think the farmers will have easy access, will have enough food in the country.
If the road is from the way we are seeing the road here, if the work is the way it's going, I think all of us will be very happy.
In fact, the situation of the road was so bad enough that it wasn't motorable, non-mentionable. But recently, the nature of things, we see to it that there is little improvement. That is why we are praying that the government should see something about this road so that the people over there should not suffer so much.
And so we they talk, so we then continue to make the road fine so that maybe they enjoy the road.
This road, before now, it was very bushy, rocky and swampy at the same time. As the road don't come there now, if you go down there, you see motos, they come here, they come buy banana. These bananas where they carry here, then they carry go places like Lagos, Enugu, Port Harcourt. So our produce now, they reach market very smooth. Government don't help us very well.
Too much, it will help us because with these roads, we can get easy transportation. Like this load we are carrying now, so I'm not supposed to carry them. If say motor they available, I just put them for motor, carry me direct reach house. So we are very happy.
With massive rural roads construction and rehabilitations as one of the cardinal points of Imoke's transformation agenda, his administration's performance portfolio on infrastructural renaissance in Cross River State has an unmatched record. That Cross River State government under Imoke accepted to fund 65% of the 474 kilometers of rural roads under the CR Ramp project was not a surprise. This is because Imoke hinges his decision to partner with the African Development Bank based on his determination to make all rural roads in Cross River State asphalted with drainages. According to him, constructing an earth road without being asphalted could be a waste of taxpayers' money, considering the fact that the state is within the rainforest area where rain falls year in, year out. Imoke's government's interest in rural access mobility roads made the state government to pay over 13 billion naira as counterpart funds to make the poor in the remotest parts of Cross River State gain access to good and motorable roads.
The RAM project is a project that I strongly believe in, and that's why we're investing about 67% of the total value of the project is actually coming from Cross River State. The ADB had some ideas as to how these roads should be developed. In the original design, there were laterite roads, but I was the one that insisted on asphalt dressing on the roads for obvious reasons. One is, of course, the weather and the terrain in these parts. It didn't make sense to invest in just laterite roads, and I thought we should have roads that would last and would be able to provide much more benefit to the beneficiary communities. So working with the African Development Bank, we agreed that Cross River State would fund the shortfall. Even so, we are now the bigger of the two funders for the RAM project.
This singular gesture of Imoke's administration has made the Commissioner for Works, Barrister Lego Idagbo, and his team to intensify their periodic inspections and monitoring in realization of Governor Imoke's mandate. The mandate that made the Commissioner set up project management offices in all the 18 local government areas to monitor and give daily reports of contractors' performance. The mandate that put contractors on their toes to deliver in line with the job specifications, and the mandate that made the Commissioner to introduce a reward and sanction system to commend and punish contractors handling Cross River Rural Access Mobility projects.
Yes, they are indeed very, very excited. In areas where the roads have already been asphalted, you can see the excitement of the people. They are very happy. They've never seen an asphalted road in their area or never dreamed that there will be an asphalted road of that nature in their neighborhood. So they are indeed very excited. For those areas that the roads have not yet been asphalted but work is ongoing, they look forward to the day when these roads will be asphalted. So it behoves on us to make sure we monitor these contractors and get the job done.
At various times, the state coordinator of the ramp in Cross River State, Engineer Charles Okonga, has restated the state's contributions to make rural access mobility projects in Cross River State clearly different from what pertains in other states. Among the 36 states and Abuja, Cross River State is synonymous with rural transformation. It is a clearly defined idea of Imoke's mantra of taking government to those who need government the most.
Inclusion of doing a digitized roadmap of the state. In that case, we can stay in the office with the program key to the roads we have visited or any other road we want to do here and see the topography with the contours. You can now get an approximate cost of that project before you go to the field. That has been completed. We now have a digitized roadmap.
Talking about rural roads in Cross River State will not be appreciated without taking a drive to these roads. From Ekbrikang, Ikot Nakanda, Okrikang to Akimakim to Agwagame in the south, Nkpani, Agoy Ibam, Obubra to Bashwa, Abonorok, Danare in the central, down to Yahe Wanakom, Wanakide, Upariko, Abochiche, to Budu Ukwel roads in the northern part of Cross River State. It is a success story even in the face of the obvious weather and financial challenges. Within the few years of RAM projects in Cross River State, the state has paid 13.3 billion naira as counterpart fund out of the 20 billion for the 24-month project. The state has trained the small and medium-scale contractors in the state on construction techniques and training of local government auditors, accountants, and director of planning on financial best practices and value for money projects implementation. The rural projects involve the construction of 474 kilometers of rural roads to asphalt pavement standard with 81 bridges constructed, while digitized roadmap covering 8,811.76 kilometers. RAMP project's target is to increase all-weather roads from 20% to 40% by the year 2020, with an insight to reduce average cost of transportation by 20%. All this is geared towards achieving the 2015 MDG targets in Cross River State. The representative of the federal government, African Development Bank, and other independent monitors who inspected the work done recently applauded the state's efforts, while the villagers themselves commend both the African Development Bank and Cross River State government for the good partnership.
The contribution of the ADB to this project is highly justified. Justified in the sense that we are partners to the effort of the state government. Like you know, we are interested in reform-minded states. And Cross River State is one of the reform-minded states.
I see Cross River Ramp being a very special one because most of the projects we have under Ramp in other states, like we have in Kaduna, we have in Adamawa, we have in Niger, Osun and Enugu. They are only going to develop most of the roads to road standard. But Cross River State government has put a lot of effort by ensuring that they asphalt their roads, which, as to me, has added a lot of value to the project, and and also the kind of use that these roads will be put to will be more efficient than leaving it as an alt road.
This is a journey so far, a journey that has been appraised and commended by the people of Cross River State, a journey that has been appreciated by the African Development Bank team, and a travel that will bring ADB to Cross River State soonest to commence CR Ramp 2 projects.